Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. This is the Confederate campaign of Ultimate General Civil War, which is now at 0.95 is the version mode. There have been a couple of updates since the last time I updated you on some things. And nothing really major to speak of, some minor improvements. I'm not really going to cover those. They don't really affect the gameplay all that much. You can read those for yourselves. I'll put them in the comment section or in the description below. But it is 0.95 is the version now, and I am playing on Brigadier General difficulty, the Confederate campaign. This is the Battle of Chantilly, part of the Antietam campaign, or some people would argue it's part of the Second Bull Run campaign, because this was part of the Union retreat from the battlefield at Second Bull Run, and part of Pope's Army of Virginia, which was intercepted. There were two divisions, I believe part of the 9th Corps under Jesse Reno. These two divisions were intercepted and attacked by about 20,000 infantry under Stonewall Jackson. Just about 6,000 Union troops at this battle. Both division commanders for the Union were killed in this battle. I know one was Phillip Kearny. I'm trying to remember who the other one was off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll see him on the battlefield and I'll remember, but I think about 1,300 casualties for the Union, so pretty significant considering they only had about 6,000 men at this battle. Only less than 1,000 casualties for the Confederates in this battle. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to pause real quick. This battle basically going to be pretty even odds for both sides. Both sides will have about 25 to 27,000 men on the field for this one, but it's going to be all about position for me and getting the strong defensive position where I can inflict casualties. And if I play this well, I can not only withstand his attacks, I may even be able to inflict some pretty significant casualties on his army and maybe even destroy a good bit of his force. I should get the rest of my forces pretty quickly. I want to go down here and get to that position as quickly as I possibly can. And I sent plenty of supplies into this fight because I want to be able to resupply my army and really hit him hard, because I know I can win the battle. I'm not the least bit concerned about winning this battle, but I want to do it in such a way that I inflict a lot of casualties on him in the process. So I've got 3 fully stocked brigades of smoothbore artillery for this fight, so I can do a lot of damage, hopefully. And typically, this battle has usually been centered around this area. The main part of his force will probably attack me here. At least that's what I expect to happen. Doesn't mean that's what will happen. But I'm going to send my general down here just because I think that's where most of the fighting is going to be. Alright, here they come. Alright, let's hold the Texas Brigade right there. There's Jesse Reno. He was the 9th Corps commander in this army. I'm going to get the Orphan Brigade kind of at an angle here. Alright, Archer, back up. Don't want you quite there. I'm going to get Garish over this way a little further. I'll put some skirmishers up here. Alright, we gotta get Torbert down into this spot. Oh, man. Not good. Okay. Need some skirmishers over here. I need to deal with these skirmishers because there's no point in having a whole brigade being wasted on that spot. Perfect. I'll let him come up into the middle here. So he's going to have a little early success down here on the southern end because I did not put enough units down there. But I'm actually going to overcome that pretty quickly, and it's going to work out in my favor by the time it's all said and done. Because what I've got going in my favor right now is that I'm holding my own against places where he outnumbers me, but I've got a number of places where I've got the advantage on him. I'm going to pull the Texas Brigade back. And so, for the short term, he looks to be in a strong position on my right flank, but for the long term, I'm setting him up to where I can destroy his whole army. And that's the goal here. As soon as Cable's howitzers fire again, I'm going to move them up. And I'm going to get Rosser down here to help the Texas Brigade back out because they're probably going to break. I'm going to punch Archer out to here just to cover Douglas's flank because I want Douglas to come in and start flanking these guys. And Nelson as well. I'll move Whiting's Napoleons out into the open. Start really getting some flanking fire going here. Oh, Texas Brigade actually held. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad for it. And I'm going to move the howitzers up a little further. Start just squeezing down on these guys. Try to bottle them all up over here. So I'm basically fighting a couple of different isolated battles. One here up on my left. One right here. Well, I guess this is really kind of a separate battle here. So really kind of two. And we've got Ferrero in a tough spot now. I think he's got all his men on the field, so I shouldn't expect any reinforcements for him. We're going to get Ferrero bottled up into the corner here. I think I can probably send the Stonewall Brigade south now. These two brigades should be able to handle Ferrero. Texas Brigade, unfortunately, is the one who's got to suffer all the casualties for me right now, while I work on the rest of these guys. Hold up there, Torbert. Yeah, Ferrero's going to get out of that corner. Poor Garris's skirmisher's been trying forever to reconnect with him. And I keep sending him along. I'm going to bottle the rest of this army in the corner, though. See how we're doing supply-wise. I think we're okay at the moment. Alright, I'm going to drop this Texas Brigade back. They've suffered a lot of casualties. Although Rosser lost his commander, so I got to be careful. Alright, we're going to have to be careful here and watch the objective, because he's got a brigade floating around back there somewhere. Same thing here. I'm going to break off some skirmishers from Torbert just to be safe and park them on the objective. Now it's just a matter of causing casualties. Now there's Ferrero. Caught me napping. So just taking a look at the casualties right now, looks like Union, he's lost about 7,000 men. I've lost about 3. But I think that's going to get more one-sided as we go along here. I really want to grab those supplies, so if I can push this battle long enough, I'm going to do that. How is Kemper being flanked? He's facing the enemy. He's doing quite well for himself, too. 667 kills, 68 deaths. He's got Springfield 1855s, and he's a 2-star unit, so that doesn't hurt. I'm just really frustrated by the fact that they're saying he's flanked right now. Charge into him. Alright, I'm going to speed things up a little bit. Okay, ammo. Start resupplying everybody. How's Kemper doing? Yeah, he's holding his own. There comes some reinforcements for the Union. We're about to get them bottled up in the corner. The more I can drive his numbers down before Antietam, the better. Oh, I want to try and get this battery here. Get over there and get that battery. We're kind of scrunched up against the edge of the screen here. The edge of the map. There we go. Just watching the number he's got left. He's got 15,000 men left. It's going to cost me more casualties, but again, that helps at this point with the changes they've made to the game. We'll just let Ferrero get away. Got to keep close to him, though, so he doesn't go after the objective while we break the rest of the army. Get him backed into the corner and start destroying these units. Alright, Kemper. We gotta go down here. Just keep an eye on these guys. Ooh, Texas Brigade just got lit up. Alright, let's slow down for a minute here. We're getting units out in front, and they're going to suffer because of it, because they're running in and trying to take on the whole thing by themselves. No, we're not going to finish yet. I'm going to bring up the guns. I'm going to park right here. Orphan Brigade, get out of there. You can't take on the whole Union Army by yourself. I can't get them out. I can't issue any orders at all. I'm going to have to get up there and help them. That's brutal. It's hard to see them in that spot where I can't help them. So I've got to advance everybody. Alright, how many men has he got left? He's got 13,000 left. I've lost more than 5,000 now, but he's lost way more than that. I did just lose a major general killed. That's unfortunate. Okay. He's bunched up in one spot now. So the question is, do I go in there and pursue and try to capture some of these guys? Or do I just sit here and pound them? I would think they're not going to be very effective. Okay. Hold up, Garish. I swear I think he does that on purpose to suck my units in. He's down to 11,000 men. Keeping one eye on what's happening over here with Kemper. It's a good day for my artillery, that's for sure. I'm missing one of my bad. Oh, there they are. Okay. They're all three here. All three of my batteries have over 500 kills. And it's going to go way up here. Alright. Let's see if we can rush in there and try to bottle up, maybe destroy a couple of these units. And it doesn't look like I can. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way and shoot it out till they're all gone. Down to 7,200. We're grabbing his supplies now. He's down to 6,000 men. Of course, we're not going to get them all because he's got that one unit out there I won't get to. But hopefully we're crippling his army before Antietam by doing this, even though it's going to cost me some men. This is where having medicine plays in, because I get a lot of those men back that I'm losing right now. Okay, well, I guess it ended the battle for me anyway. So, pretty even within about 500 men of each other, but there you have it. I lost 7,000, but he lost 17,500. I grabbed supplies, which is helpful. Not a lot of supplies, but supplies. Hopefully, in the end, that pays off for me. Between the guns I rescued and captured, I made up for a lot of what I lost. Plus, of course, I have medicine, so I get some of those back. So here's where things stand now. I have about 44,000, 43,000 men in my army, plus another 24 I can get in there. Gives me 67,000 or so. If Antietam, which looks like it's in Gettysburg, were to happen right now, let's see how many men he brings to that battle. 73,000. I can handle that. I can beat him with those odds. Of course, once I start plugging men into my army, his number is going to go up. So we'll see what happens between now and then. I've still got one more battle to fight. But there you have it. As always, I welcome your input. I know I did not start out real great in that battle. There's a lot of things I could have done better early on, but once I got everybody where I needed them to be, it worked out okay. I think if I played it over again, I might be able to get my casualties down to maybe 4,000 or 5,000 and have the same effect on his if I had played that smarter at the beginning. But we'll get refit and ready to go here and come back in a couple of days, maybe tomorrow, with Weapons Factory. But as always, I welcome your comments. Thank you so much for all the great comments that you've been sharing, for the input that you've had, for the observations. Thank you as well to those of you who've offered your condolences on behalf of my family for the loss of my father-in-law. We had his funeral yesterday. In fact, I did the funeral, and it was a great day. As much as it can be under the circumstances, we celebrated a man's life that had an impact on all of us. And, so that was good. But thanks for watching, and if you'd hit that thumbs up to let me know that you are enjoying these videos, I'd appreciate that greatly, and we'll see you again soon.